Hello everyone and welcome back. In the last video, we learned how to create precise shapes using sketches and dimensions. Now we are going to take the next step and learn how to combine and cut shapes to create more complex 3D models. To do that, we will use something called Boolean operations. These operations allow you to combine shapes together, subtract one shape from another, or keep only the overlapping part. In simple terms, this is how you build real parts from simple geometry. So let's start with combining shapes. We will go from the workspace to the design. We will click on the sketch mode and draw a rectangular form. I will click on the Z-axis, plan view, and from the tab above, we choose rectangle form, for example, and I will sketch a rectangular form. I will draw also another rectangle form, which is like smaller, for example, like here. Now we are ready to exit the sketch mode. I go to design and click on 3D mode. We rotate the view and using the pull tool, we click on this surface and make it like this. We can tip like 10 millimeter, for example. I will click on the other small rectangular form and I will do it like 5 millimeter. And now we can click on select or we can exit. Now I wanted to combine these two parts together, but they have to be in touch. So I will move this small rectangular form or box and put it on the top of this surface. And how to do that? We can use, of course, the move tool. So I click on this part 3 times. I click on move tool, and now our coordinate system is exactly on the middle. But I wanna to make this coordinate system on the underface. How to do that? So to do that, in the move tool, we have something called the anchor feature. We click on it, and now I choose this face. Now the coordinate system is replaced and put it on the underface of this rectangular box. I click on this axis and I click on the up to feature, and I will click that I want the underface on this face. As you can see right now, our rectangular form is moved up until he is exactly on the same plane, but it's still outside this rectangular. I wanna like to move it and put it inside or on the top face of this big rectangular form. We have like multiple way. Right now it's like just a tutorial about how to use a combine feature, so I have to want, or I can like make it like arbitrary. We can select this coordinate system and put it at this locations, or even we can move it along these directions. Or if you want like to put it on the middle of this rectangle, we can put click on this directions, again click on up to, and as you can see, if you can move your mouse and through the snipping tool, we will reach this middle point. I click on it. Now we are on the middle of this side. I click on the other direction and again up to, and moving my mouse along this side until I reach this triangular small form and click on it. Now we can exit. Right now our small rectangle is exactly on the middle top face of this rectangle and touching it on this face. They are now two separate parts. Now using the Boolean operation, which is the combine, on the same design tab we can find the combine tool. We click on it, and now I will choose the bigger rectangle, for example, and as you can see on the left, we have two options. We have the cutter or subtract feature, and we have the combine. Now let's try the combine feature. I will click on it and I will click on the small rectangular form. As you can see right now, the two rectangular box, they are as one part. We can click 3 times on it and now they are as one part or one body. Like this we can combine two parts with each other. Now let's try to do the subtract or cut shapes through the Boolean operations. Let's sketch on the top of this face. We go to the plan view. I will sketch outside, for example, a circular form, which is like small. For example, I will give a 4 millimeter as a diameter. I will exit right now the sketch mode and rotate the view. We can like pull this face downward. Let's do it like long enough. Let's do it like 30 millimeter, and we can exit right now. Now let's move this part on the middle of this rectangular form. So we click on this part 3 times, or we can mark it, or we can choose it from the structure tree. We can click on the move, and now I will click on this axis and tell him that I want this up to, through clicking on this feature and choosing the middle of this line. Now, as you can see, our part is exactly on the middle of this one part. But how to subtract this form from the rectangular form? We go again to combine. We click on the rectangular form that we have, or this body, and staying with the category form on this shape, and I choose this form. That's mean I want from this part, I wanted to cut this body. So after cutting this bodies, we can delete this extra form, or the intersection part with these two bodies, and this delete this part. Now we still have this part, and we still have this part, but if we can hide this part from the structure tree, if you can see here, you can delete it if you want, and you can like still have it. As you can see right now, we have a hole through this part, and like this we can subtract something from a body. Of course, now we draw a cylinder form. You can draw whatever you want, it depends what's your goal. Now, just like that, you have created a more realistic part using simple operations through using the pull, move tool, and the Boolean operations. Try to follow along and experiment with different shapes and positions. In the next video, we will learn how to refine our models by smoothing or shaping edges using tools like fillet and chamfer. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next part of the series. And feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.